In the previous video, we have learned about law of demand, what are the determinants of demand, why demand curve slope downward, and exemptions to law of demand. Now, in this video, we are going to learn about expansion and contraction in demand and increase and decrease in demand curve. So, let us discuss expansion and contraction in demand first. So expansion in demand is it is the situation when price for a commodity falls whereas quantity demanded for that commodity rises. जब कभी किसी commodity की price गिरे जिसके प्राइस में रिडक्शन होने की वजह से उसकी डिमांड क्या हो बढ़े, ऐसी कॉमोडिटी या ऐसी सिचुएशन को कहते हैं एक्सपेंशन इन डिमांड कर्व एंड इट इज ऑलवेज डाउनवर्ड मूवमेंट अलोंग द डिमांड कर्व. Why it is downward? Because of the fall of price result in rise in quantity demanded. इसी के opposite contraction is the situation when there is a rise in price for a commodity results in fall in that in the quantity demanded for that commodity, and due to which it is always upward movement along the demand curve. So expansion and contraction in demand curve with the help of this diagram, or you can say curve. See, this is the initial price and initial quantity demanded. Here on the x-axis it is quantity demanded, on the y-axis it is price. So P is the initial price and M is the initial quantity demanded. Now see, P's price is falling from P to P dash and quantity is rising from M to N. ठीक है? When there is a fall in price and increase in quantity demanded, that this from this point to this point, this space is known as expansion of demand, or this curve is known as expansion of demand, whereas the initial price P is rising from P to P double dash, result in fall in the quantity demanded from M to L. So this from initial stage to the upward, this is known as contraction of demand. Expansion of demand is downward, whereas contraction of demand is always upward. So this is contraction and expansion of demand curve in the same curve. Same. Now next topic is increase and decrease in demand. Increase in demand is a situation where we assume that price for any commodity is fixed or constant, or price is same, whereas there is a change in quantity demanded. When quantity demanded changes or shift towards rightward, and it is only possible when there is increase in demand. So you can say that price is same and quantity demanded increases due to change in other factors, and it is always rightward shift. So basically increase in demand क्या है, हम ऐसे assume कर लेते हैं कि हमारी price constant है, fixed है. It means अगर पहले price 10 थी तो next situation में भी price 10 ही है. price में कोई changes नहीं आता, price constant रहती है, सिर्फ quantity demanded में change आता है. और जब कभी भी प्राइस कांस्टेंट होने पे क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड या किसी प्रोडक्ट का डिमांड इंक्रीज हो, बढ़े, तो ऐसी सिचुएशन को कहते हैं इंक्रीज इन डिमांड. और इंक्रीज बढ़ने पर वो राइटवर्ड शिफ्ट कैसे होता है ये हम आगे कर्व में समझेंगे. नेक्स्ट इज डिक्रीज इन डिमांड. सिमिलरली प्राइस आपका सेम है लेकिन किसी कॉमोडिटी की डिमांड गिरती है, फॉल होती है, दैट सिचुएशन इज नोन एज डिक्रीज इन डिमांड and it is always leftward shift. अब आपको इसके कर्व के थ्रू ये चीज समझाई जाती है दैट इंक्रीज एंड डिक्रीज इन डिमांड. ना सी इंक्रीज इन डिमांड पहले ये डी थी, इंक्रीज होते ही डी डैश आगे बढ़ गई. सो दिस इज इंक्रीज इन डिमांड, वेर इज पहले डिमांड डी है और डी डैश पे वो फॉल हो रहा है, गिर गया है. सो इट इज लेफ्टवर्ड शिफ्ट एंड इंक्रीजेस राइटवर्ड shift. So this is the difference between increase and decrease in demand, and price is fixed. Now, what is the difference between extension and increase in demand? So here it is extension and the right side is of increase in demand. Extension in demand means rise in demand in response to fall in the price of a commodity, other things being equal. Its meaning. Increase in demand refers to the rise in demand in response to the change in the determinants of demand other than price. Second difference is it is expressed by the movement from a higher point to a lower point along the same demand curve, whereas in increase in demand it is expressed by the upward shift of the entire demand curve. So this is the basic difference between extension and increase in demand. Next is distinction between contraction and decrease in demand. Contraction in demand means fall in demand in response to a rise in the price of a commodity, other things being equal. Whereas decrease in demand means fall in demand in response to changing determinants of demand other than the price. It is expressed by the movement from a lower point to higher point on the same demand curve, whereas it is the other one is expressed by a downward shift of the entire demand curve. So with this, your topic demand, law of demand is completed. Now in the next video, we will discuss your new topic, elasticity of demand. Thank you.